Yeah, hello. It's just me speaking to myself, looking at my own video, liking it by all myself, subscribing to my own channel. Yeah, okay, basically. So, we are going to talk about what happened in the previous episode. What did we learn? Before we answer that question, let's first understand why did we learn what we had to learn and how did we do it. So, why do we learn history? Hmm? Why? We have to learn our past. The better we know about our past, the better we know about ourselves, the better we can understand our present, and we can predict whatever future that we are going to be in. Not actually predict, but we can actually adapt to the changes that we have. That's why we learn history. And how do we do it? By studying the evidences. What are the evidences? Who supplies them? Evidences are basically anything that you find about the previous civilization. So these are supplied by, I'll tell you afterwards. First, we will understand what are evidences. Evidences are like the manuscripts, the sculptures, the monuments, the stone inscriptions, the copper plates, and a lot of things. The people back then, whatever they used are the evidences. They do the carbon dating and check when was this piece of stone or copper or whatever made. अरे लगता है भांग पी रहा है पर खाली चाय पिया है यार. चाय का भी अलग नशा है. खैर, so all these evidences we find about them in various museums, in libraries, in around the temples. You can go and search. If you go to any temple which was made some 1500 years ago, you will be able to see at the sculptures, the drawings that were inscribed on the walls of those temples, on the pillars, and a lot of things. So how do we learn about our past? You have to go to temples. You should be devotional. What are you doing, atheist people? So how do we actually get to the evidences? For the recent history, that if you want to study about the recent history, then you should be studying the books that were written at that period of time. And before that, when they did not have paper or they didn't know about printing, so back then they used to write using their own hand. That was called as manuscript. Okay, when paper was available, printing was not available. People used their hands to write books. Then gradually, we are going backwards. We came from here. It'll be going like this and this, like this. Okay. So what happened was, when paper was also not available, how did they write? When writing was also not known. No. First we will talk about when writing was known, paper was not known. Back then they used to write on the bark of the birch tree, copper plates, and on dried palm leaves. So when writing was not known, they inscribed on walls, on building, the pillars and the sculptures and everything that I just talked about, all those things. And when people did not even have buildings, how was knowledge transferred? So back then, it was through what they used. We know about them. The pottery, the tools they used to hunt animals, all those things are the evidences. So this is about the evidences that we are talking about. Now let's talk about the languages that we had back then. And these languages are called as classical languages. In India, we had Pali, Prakrit, Sanskrit, Tamil. These were the languages that we had as in the form of classical languages that we can say. And Western Europe had Latin and Greek. Western Asia and Central Asia had Arabic and Hebrew as their classical languages. China had classical Chinese. So now we know that what are the evidences and who supplies them. The archaeological department supplies them. What is archaeology? Archaeology is the study of evidences of past. That's what is archaeology. So now that we have known why we study history, how we study history, now we need to understand what was the past. It's so simple. So people of that kind, way back, some tens of thousands of years ago, when humans started to evolve, they were called as primitives. I'm not talking about the video category that you are thinking about. No. Primitive was the lifestyle in which they used to live. Okay, and it clearly means they were food gatherers. So they used to roam around. They were nomads. They used to roam around and gather food and then consume. And they used to live in a group because फट्टू होते हैं, अकेले में डर लगता है. So men, women, children were a part of this particular group. They used to go together, gather food, consume, then go to some other place, gather food, consume. That's what humans do even today. So it was like wherever they went, they destroyed everything. They exhausted all the resources from that particular place, and then they moved to some other place to exhaust all the resources from that particular place. When humans were nomads and they were food gatherers, they used to hunt animals as well. Not just the plants and trees that used to suffer, it was the animals as well. क्या किया रे तुम लोग ने? So that's how humans used to be. And there came a time when humans started to realize that they can be food producers. They don't have to be gatherers for centuries. They can be fruit producers, they can be agriculturalists. And that's when humans started to cut trees, clear forests, burn them, to cultivate, to produce food. They started to tame animals so that they can milk them and butcher them to eat them. So humans actually settled in the fertile plains. Okay, so the fertile plains were like in the where it is the Indus River and the Ganga River. So these were the main plains where human settlements happened. So and the other plains where humans were very much found were especially the Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats, because they were fertile too. But we have Himalayas. How did these people enter? So even the Great Himalayas have mountain passes, and there are some routes through which humans can actually go and come. So these mountain passes were used, and humans entered into the Indian subcontinent. They cleared all the forests among the Ganga River, alongside Indus. They cleared the forests. They did agriculture. They settled down. They built guards and created all the mess that's in this country right now, including you and me. But at least I know I am a mess. So when people actually started to settle down and they formed their own communities, now different habitats were made at different places. So Ganga Valley had its own habitat, Indus Valley had its own habitat, and the river valleys were the deltas in Eastern Ghats, not the Eastern Ghats, but the eastern coast of India, the deltas over there, they had their own habitats, and the parts of western peninsula, they also had their own habitats. So human settlements were made, and language was formed, culture was introduced, and that particular the way of life in which people conduct themselves that's how the culture is introduced into a society. That's how the society is made. So then something happened. क्या है ना, इंसान अपनी फितरत नहीं बदलता, ये आपने सुना ही होगा. घूमने की फितरत नहीं बदली, उनमें से कुछ लोग निकले. सॉरी, देयर वर सम पीपल who started to roam around, because human beings can never get out of their humanism. So from one habitat to another habitat, people went. They exchanged goods, materials, currencies, stuff. And let me give you a really clear insight into the wisdom of mine. What is the first thing that you exchange when you go to a new community? किया आंसर? नहीं किया ना? Wait हो तुम. So it was languages. It were languages that were first exchanged between humans. So there were exchanges, there were trades, there were lines of communications built, and then on that basis, trade routes were formed. You must be knowing about the Great Chinese Trade Route, which goes down, not down, left into the Europe. And these were the traders, these were the pastoralists, herdsmen who had their animals, roam around and eat everything for milk. So these were the people who actually first traded. They went and they got intermixed with other societies, other communities, other habitations. So the places that had a lot of human exchange changed significantly, and the places where not much human influence was induced, they remained tribal. That's why if you go to any tribal place, you will be able to find very unique culture over there. Okay, because these are gold. These people are gold. They have preserved their culture, which we urban people have destroyed. So that's all about the history part. It's a 13 minutes video, but this one is better than the previous one. So like, subscribe, share, comment, do whatever you want. Okay, bye bye.